Hi guys, so it's Bex from Parkcast. I don't normally do videos like this. We are a podcast primarily for theme park fans, but we're out today at our local theme park. This is the closest theme park to us, and we have annual passes for here, and it's a park that doesn't get a lot of attention online, doesn't often get a lot of love, and it's called Sundown Adventureland, and it's a park you've been coming to since you were about
tiny.
Yes,
Tinier, yeah.
It's near Retford in Nottinghamshire, not too far from Nottingham, not too far from the A1. It's really a theme park for, I would say, the under 7s.
Definitely, yeah. I think anything more than 7, I think you could come for a little visit, but you get bored pretty quickly.
But if you have got under 7s, particularly I think sort of under 5s, this place is brilliant for them. There's so much to do, and we'll show you a few highlights of things that you can do here. There's not really any height restrictions. There's a couple of rides where there are just a couple of height restrictions, but if your child is over a metre tall, they can go on literally anything. And if you've even got tiny babies, they can go on most things here. There's no roller coasters, absolutely no 1.4 metres required here at all. It is a park for young kids, but it's also got lots of other things other than just rides as well. There's loads of interactive stuff, playgrounds, indoor soft play. There's lodges which you can stay in as well, which is really good. And so yeah, we just thought we'd show you around. It is still half term today when we've come to the park. It's a little bit busier than it usually is midweek. Often midweek, if you come and it's not with the holidays, then they'll have sort of staggered openings, so the rides will be on a bit of a rotation just because it is really quiet. But today, in the half-term holidays and obviously all the rest of the holidays, and usually at weekends, everything's open all the time, and there don't tend to be very big queues. So if you do have young children who don't like waiting in queues, who does, it's pretty good for that because you can get on everything really quickly. I think this is one of the best themed areas in a theme park anywhere in the UK. It's the Wild West town, and it's just done really well. Just something about a Wild West area, isn't it? It's such a great theme in theme parks. Loads of interactive stuff that you can come and press, and it makes things work and sing. Whole indoor weird kind of show, but it's all animatronic. This has been here forever, and you just push a button and it starts every now and then. There's loads of seats in here, so you can come and sit down and watch it. If it's raining, you can get out of the rain. It's just really nice, it's really unique. You just don't get things like this in theme parks anymore in the UK. Must have been here so many times. We've got annual passes, we've had them for a couple of years, and still every time I come, I tend to see something new or find something new.
Dance his feet and claps his hands.
Showing off his military skills here. Taking his aim at some poor carrots. Big indoor play centre in there as well. That's not the only one. It's the smaller of the two indoor soft plays. Still pretty big though, and brilliant to have it in a little park. By the way, if you ever see these biscuits anywhere, if you don't know, get to know. They are amazing. They're massive, and it's like a massive jammy dodger. Top foodie tip. That's not the only soft play either. There's a newer, bigger one, which is over sort of where the lodges are, which I'll go and take you to and show you in a little bit, which is massive. And it's things like that that just make it a really good day out for little kids, because if the weather is a little bit rubbish, they can just go inside the indoor play areas. But also, as a parent, a day at a theme park can be quite tiring, so it's quite nice to have somewhere where they can just go and run around in the soft play for a bit. You can sit with a coffee and chill out. Right, so we're coming up to, this is like the iconic thing at Sundown, isn't it? This has been here literally.
It's been here forever.
It's older than you.
Colours.
It's the dragon. What colour was he when you were little?
He was green. He did go red and pink for a little bit, but I think that was before I was a thing.
He's so iconic, and the kids still love him. Don't they? You used to be scared of him.
Terrified. So in front of where I'm standing now used to be a big bank, and many stories. One that my mum always spins is me literally pulling the crown, the dragon kicking off, and me sprinting up this hill just to go, ah!
I can see why to a little kid he's quite intimidating, but I mean, I think it shows something that an animatronic that is that old is still functioning and still running in a tiny little family-run theme park.
I think
like
he's
this.
had a different voice. I don't remember him speaking originally when I was a kid. I think he just like grumbled. So I think they've added the voice and stuff, and they've kept him going over the years. But it's cool. I think this thing's older than the dragon. Like, this has been in the park for as long I can remember, in different places. I think it was over where the soft play is at the back. That was where all the big slides and stuff were, like the kind of big field. But this has been here for ages.
Can you still fit in it?
No.
I think you can.
I probably can.
Bit over here is having quite a lot of work done to it. They were doing this last year as well. Very iconic. This is the Lollipuppet Castle, and they've said that this is going to be open again in the summer this year. They have done so much work to this. They've literally been doing it since last year. Some really extensive work on all the theming. There's no sort of rides or anything in there. It's just something you can go and walk around. There's lots of smell pods. It used to smell really minty, at least. There's like a peppermint room, and you just go in and kind of explore it and walk around it. But it's really nice to see that they're actually taking the time to invest in it and make it look good. It was starting to look a little bit worse for wear, so it's really nice that they've invested back into the future of it.
So it used to be before Lollipuppet, and I remember it being the Merlin Castle. Clearly we're in we're around Sherwood, so it's got to be Robin Hood, Merlin, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, I remember it was the big plasma ball things that again in the 80s, 90s were really popular.
Oh,
you just put your hand on these and jump lightning everywhere.
You don't get them anymore, do you?
No, they're probably like corrosive to skin or something mad. That's why we're all weird.
No, they're just not as entertaining to young children as we were easily pleased in the 90s and the 80s.
So yeah, there used to be like a little hologram room where Merlin would come to life and he'd do his like potions and stuff, and I remember him only because my mum recorded this, so for pain to be existing throughout my entire adult life, and he like half of him would disappear, then the top half would disappear, then he'd come back, and that was the end of the show. And
were you terrified by that as well?
No, I actually quite like that. That was quite cool.
Okay, this next ride is like the Rita of Sundown Adventureland, not because it's really fast. It's just always got a really big queue because its throughput is dreadful. It's the tractor ride. It's a really popular one. If the queue is not out the door, then you're doing quite well. Loads of little scenes on it as you drive through. They've had a good clean down of it as well.
Okay, there, girls. Who's Mr. Hanson?
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like we're going quite fast. Like, I feel like they've cranked the speed up on it for 2025.
Through. It's like, right, go.
When I said it was like Rita, this isn't what I meant, but we are actually going like pretty fast.
It's better than Rita.
A favourite, Rocky Mountain Railroad, absolute classic. This is just like a little train ride which goes along. You can bring anyone on this really, even little babies can come and sit on your laps, which is quite nice. You go on a little tour around a gold mine.
A gold mine with some shootouts and some Indians and some bears and stuff. The animatronics are a little bit tired, I think. I think this was one of their first big rides.
It's cute though.
It's nice.
A bit better. Now do we all know our left from our right? Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Oh my! Something's going on here. Look at that grizzly just ahead of you. Yeah, I think old Mother and relative. It ain't the cavalry. You just arrived in the meantime. Not a good thing, boy. It's like Mexican trees. Gonna blow us all off. Keep your heads down and keep firing now, everybody. Oh no!
We are in Robin Hood country here, aren't we? You are a Robin Hood country Aryan.
That's it.
Around here.
Robin Hood ride.
The legend of Robin Hood, and yeah, they've got a little Robin Hood ride, which is quite cute. Tells you the story of the legend. I bet you never heard anything other than the story of Robin Hood growing up.
Always, there's like a major oak. That's it. It lived in this tree. It's like, really? You've seen this major oak? It's like, no way, living in the tree.
If you're from Nottinghamshire, it's like your one story. It's Robin Hood. Nothing else goes on here.
Or maybe Yorkshire.
Let's go and have a look at this ride. It's really nice here as well. There's loads of animatronics all just dotted around in queue lines and things like that, just to make them a little bit more interesting. And like I said, the queues don't tend to get that big, so they're not even really needed, but they're still here and it's nice to see. Family run park, and this is just that little Robin Hood ride. The theming in the station's actually pretty good. They've really thought about it. It's really nice. Here we are then on Robin Hood's Merry Adventure. It's another train time ride. Obviously, like I said, telling the story of Robin Hood. Suitable for everyone to go on. No scary drops or anything like that. No loud bangs on this one either, unlike on the Rocky Mountain Railroad. But it's just not, it's really well themed. There's loads of animatronics in it and loads of things. So it's just really good.
Loads of them now.
Presents away, and don't you forget to find Robin Hood. Enormous oak trees. Oh no, they'll be in trouble, those two rascals over there.
Even just walking around, there's just always loads of little bits and bobs, loads of theming. They haven't just plonked rides down, they've actually made them into little themed areas, which is really cute. Active stuff as well, photo opportunities, getting those stocks. You can stay there. This hasn't always been called Sundown Adventureland, has it? This was it Pet's Corner?
Oh, it's had so many different names over the years, and I'm not even sure if there are real names or not, or just what people referred to them as.
It was definitely Pet's Corner at one point,
Yeah, it was
wasn't it?
Sundown Pet's Garden, Sundown Adventureland, Pet's Corner, all the way back, because it started up as like a pet kind of theme
Oh, like
park.
a petting zoo?
Yeah, so like there's a story, it was floating around, the owners, the founders of this were just a family. I think she was like in her 60s when she founded this place, but she had a real like love for exotic animals, and I think they even like brought stuff. There's a story, I don't know what animal it is, you'll quote me wrong, it was some fairly exotic animal that they got put on the train in Wales and they took it off at Retford. Like this train has just got this animal sat. You
It was a tiger.
It probably was. You couldn't have done it, you couldn't have made it up. But obviously when I was a kid, there was just like your standard bunny rabbits, chickens, that kind of thing. But now they've completely gone away from the animals, clearly with health and safety, etc. But it's kind of evolved, and that's why you've got all the kind of animatronics, the farmyard type stuff as well, to kind of keep that family pet feel about the place, and it's really nice.
Yeah, so the farmyard that's here, which is all animatronic animals, that used to have real animals in it, and obviously they've been replaced. And the pet shop that's in the main entrance, so that used to have real animals in it. Then oh my god.
Yeah, I've just remembered the animal they put on the train, I think it was a donkey.
That's not an exotic animal.
Not exotic. All right, it's exotic from where we are.
This is the Storybook Land. You can go in all of these little houses in here. They're all various sort of nursery rhymes, classic stories, themed houses, and you can go in and there's kind of bits to press, animatronics. Really cute, really different. Little yellow brick road in Storybook Land. Little weird lion from The Wizard of Oz. Big moment for us. Our little girl's finally 1 metre tall, so she can go on Mr. Monkey's driving school. It's absolute chaos. We've just been in the brief for it, which is more intense than your actual driving test. They basically had to learn pretty much the entire highway code.
As a 3 or 4 year old, it's like, stop at this. This is the light system. This is a stop sign. This is a zebra crossing.
This is a roundabout.
I reckon there's enough 60-year-olds that couldn't work this out.
It's quite cute though, and she's on it and she's doing well, bless her. So what's kind of unique about this park as well is they've got an indoor dark ride, which is a Christmas ride, and it's open pretty much all year round. So whenever you fancy, you can get a little bit of Christmas magic. Here we go, it's called Santa's Sleigh Ride, and it's right at the entrance to the park. So Christmassy. There is a lot of smell pods in this ride as well, loads and loads of different ones. It's so snowy. Looks like it's definitely had a bit of a refurb for 2025 as well. It's looking really fresh and good. It's so cute. It's so weird seeing this now, but it's more weird if you come in July. It's really odd. It's like a proper old-fashioned Christmas as well. This is new, they fixed this year. This wasn't working last year. Even the only Christmas ride they've got another one which is only open at Christmas. They do kind of a big Christmas event here, and they open the second one for that, and Santa's kind of part of it as well. It's just over in this building, but sadly can't go on that today. It's not actually Christmas. Never seen this before. This looks new for 2025. Shame about the caution wet floor sign, but nice little TV screen, animatronic, looks really good. What I like about it here is they have got like loads of play areas, indoor play areas, outdoor play areas. So it's great if you've got kids who are really small, there's always something for them to do as well. If it's a bit of a rainy day, you've got inside stuff. Although it's actually all right today, surprisingly. It's been freezing all week, but it's actually pretty warm today. Jolly pirate boat ride. Ah! You actually get annoyingly wet on this, right? You get wetter on this than the Congo River Rapids, I guarantee you. Outside play areas here, and again all the shops and buildings you see here, you can go in those and the kids can kind of run through them. There's various little slides and stuff like that in. Quite easy for them to get lost though if you're trying to keep an eye on them. They'll go in one building and they'll come out on one on the other side of the playground, but fun. So I'm in one of those buildings now, and this is what I mean about you can just walk through them. There's all kinds of random stuff as you go through. This one's got a little slide going down, and through this one there's like a maze underneath which the kids can go in. It's a little bit weird, but it does tend to keep the kids happy. You can see out onto the play area. This must be the last theme park in the UK to have an Angry Birds IP as part of it. Pretty big playground there. It's all Angry Birds themed. We'll see. It's a bit of a grey day today, but it's really nice in the summer. And they got a couple of little rides in here as well, like a bouncing pigs and a teacups, which is Okie Okies, eggies. We're heading over now to what is the biggest soft play. It's quite new actually. It's only been open a couple of years, I think.
I'd say so.
But all around here where they've built it, I was going to say all used to be fields, but it didn't all used to be fields. It now is all fields. And it used to be a massive play area, didn't it?
Yeah, so it just used to be lots of like, you know, your typical 80s, early 90s death slide that had a few bars that you could probably get through as a kid and throw yourself out of, but also the massive silver reflective slides that used to heat up in the sun and then burn you all the way down.
Classic 80s childhood.
The one, actually, it was like a spaceship slide. It was a massive rocket. It was really iconic. It was in the papers and all sorts, clearly like local papers. You'd go up, there's like an astronaut at the front and then a big slide out the front. It had a little alien with it, and I think they've actually still got the alien behind us somewhere.
Ooh, let's have a look. Yeah, this guy over in the tree.
So he just sits in the tree line. It's a bit weird, but yeah, it's just kind of just a relic of that old like slide.
Yeah, so I guess all around here is where you had all your slides and
all your slides, all your like classic spinning discs.
deathly equipment.
Oh, absolutely. And it went all the way back.
And then this now is the new crash landings, not splash landings, crash landings play area. It's a massive soft play. There's a cafe in there as well. Just through that little hut over there, that's where the lodges are, and they actually keep the big soft play open later if you're staying in one of the lodges, which is pretty cool. Yeah, this is the big soft play, which is pretty huge, goes all the way back as well. And this slide is absolutely massive. That was our little day out at Sundown Adventureland. Like I said, we've got annual passes, so we come here quite a lot, and that was a bit of a whistle-stop tour. There's so much more that I could have showed you. Loads of interactive things, animatronics, the farmyard. If you have got kids who are under the age of, I'd say 7, but particularly under the age of 5, it is a really, really good day out for you. It's a really good option for a theme park in the UK. It's not too hectic. You're not going to have massive queues, and there's absolutely loads for them to do as well. I'll stick the prices down down in the caption as they are as of 2025. And hopefully you'll get to come and enjoy it. If you've not heard it already, we've got loads of podcast episodes on the channel chatting about all things going on in the UK theme park industry and further afield as well. So if you're into your theme parks, maybe have a listen to a few of them and hopefully you'll enjoy them. Bye for now.